Well, guess what's going to be for lunch? Okay, so we are at 2024 elk hunting camp. There you have it. Camp Nirvana. Our brother Steven and I started setting up elk hunting camp. Camp Nirvana is to honor him because around 1985 is when we started setting up wall tents for hunting camp. We used to hunt mule deer and elk both. So that's what that's all about. So without further ado, we're going to get to the tour of camp for this year. So, trail camera looking out over the game trail that comes to this location. I found this campsite a number of years back while following that game trail into here, and I got to this spot and I went, you know what? I think that would be an awesome spot to set up Camp Nirvana. And I spent the whole season. I'd come up here during the hunting season. I'd stop, see how much wind was here, just kind of survey the situation over and decide if it would be for sure a good spot. And I wound up doing that. I made it the camp. And I have cleared as much flammable material away from our base as possible. I have a 20 by 30 tarp, which makes a very large dry area out of the rain. It dumped 12 hours straight rain September 11th starting at 10 p.m. and it dumped rain all night till 10 a.m. the next morning before it finally slowed down, and it was still raining at noon. We got the solar panel over here, battery box and charge controller. Keep the solar panel from overcharging and cooking that battery. That's a deep cycle boat battery, probably from Weimar. It's getting a little long in the tooth. It's like 3 years old now. And then we've got this cord, comes along here, goes under the fence and inside the tent. We've got electric bear fence all the way around. A lot of the stuff you guys have probably seen in previous videos, but we set up camp a little bit different this year. My buddy Mike and I. That's a lawn tractor, garden tractor battery, and that's powering the fence charger. And it's been doing good. We got my hammock that my wife bought me. This here is what's called a mouse trap. Smear peanut butter on the aluminum can, and when the mice, you can see one down in there, crawls up to get the peanut butter, the can spins around and they fall in the drink and they drown and die. Okay, I was going to show you how effective this mouse bucket is. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. It's been sitting in there for a few weeks. Oh, that stinks. Okay, there's the little guy, and there is the big ass pack rat. Oh, 2 more mice. Okay.
What's that?
They smell marvelous.
You get any more?
Yeah, 2 more mice. 4 mice
I'll be going to hell.
and 1 pack rat. Better there than inside of our camp tent. We got yellow jacket traps, which really there's not a whole lot in them this year, surprisingly. We use mule tape to go every grommet, spiral wrapped all the way down on both sides. And that worked much better putting these timbers up, mounting them in the ground, so that the wind doesn't catch the tarp and rip the grommets out as bad. There are some from 2 years ago that ripped out. I missed them when I was doing repairs before season started. And we have a 1/4-inch galvanized steel cable that I put a garden hose over it to keep it from abrading the tarp. And we put chains on this side, tie down with a little extra mule tape. Oh, you can see it's already pulled out some of the grommets this year because of the wind. Got a propane tank in the back. That's the one that runs our propane heater for keeping the tent warm. We haven't used it too much this year. That's my e-bike, because they got fire restrictions in place right now and no internal combustion engines. Okay, so this here is a grill stove. You can cook steaks on that side, and this side for putting pots and pans, and we use it for heat and water. And the Blackstone grill for doing that kind of stuff. And I put 1 tank for each stove. Now they do make fittings. You can run them both stoves off of 1 tank, but I wanted to make sure we had enough fuel to get us through the entire season, because the season's 1 month long. You've probably seen this before. That's a table that's my my wife's old kitchen sink, or at least half of it. It was a double sink, and I cut it in half and put some trim around it. Works good. Got a drain bucket underneath. If we need to stop water, put the stopper in there. Scrubbing, dishcloths, and we use this for, let's see, dishwashing only water, and that one for hand washing only. Before you touch any food, we want to make sure everybody's washing their hands if they're going to be the one cooking. And that's just a plate and a knife, cutting board, and we use this. This was, I think I picked those up at Walmart in the automotive department. When we wash dishes, they go in there. Got a stump around here for the water, and you have to watch these little spigots because they tend to leak. So if you don't want your water all landing on the ground and not having enough water to get you through camp, you got to turn it up if it's a leaker. Okay, so we got chairs back here, empty water container, totes, DC lighting, fence charger, that kind of stuff. Keep the tent in that box. And that's what we've got left for water. And this tent only has 2.5 foot tall walls. I think it was supposed to be 3 foot. Let's see. What does it say around the front here? Oh, I got it covered up. 10 by 12, 3-foot wall. That's my $40 tent. My wife made some repairs to it for me. Picked that up used. Anyway, if you've watched previous videos, we had a portable tent pad that we normally put the, or I normally put the tent on. But if you watch last year's jackwagon video, some yahoos came in here, a jackwagon, and with a chainsaw and cut it all up. And also my OSB siding, so decided to do without the floor this year. And in lieu of that, oh, I didn't finish here. Part of the kitchen setup, we've got, this is the camp chuck box. It's got pots, pans, plates, silverware, all that kind of stuff you might need for cooking. We put this post in here. We screwed a piece of lumber or a piece of wood we found laying around to the top of it to help hold the tarp up tight, because I couldn't get that cable tight enough. So that helps take out of a lot of the slack. And constructed this 2x4 doubled up. Got a rechargeable battery powered lantern. Got the broom for sweeping out the tent floor, because we walk around in our socks in there at night and we don't want to be stepping all the crap. So I got a tree stand safety harness hanging there at the moment. My hunting fanny pack. And what else we miss? Well, there's a garbage can there. It's right there. Extra ropes. Mike's bow case. Loppers. Brought up some carpet from home. The idea behind this canvas tarp and this carpet is to try to keep the crud down from dragging it into the tent. So, oh, I put this 2x4 in here for extra support. There's my Kong cooler. I cannot say enough good things about Kong, made in the USA. That keeps ice about 8 days or so. Stepping inside, we have where the cord comes up from the solar panel, comes into here. That's telling us we're charging at 14.3 volts. But when I flip the light switch, it drops a little bit. And you can see the light right there. Don't have the second one plugged in right now because we really haven't been needing it. And the battery's getting old. So what we did was we took this tarp and cut it to 6 feet tall, and then we spiral wrapped through the grommets around the tent frame to hold it up. And that way we have, and then we used a ratchet strap, this green strap. We use that to give us our 6-foot walls. Got a clock. Tie wrap the cables to the ridge beam, going back down, comes around, drops down, and right there I have a light switch, and I got my USB charger coming off the solar for charging my cell phone. Okay, just spiral wrapped around that 2x4. Kind of tied it with mule tape up there to the top of the tent. And the tent's been up for 3 weeks now. And it's holding up pretty good. Spiral wrapped around. Oh, this is new this year. This is an 80 by 40, what do you call those things? It's like a litter. It's for carrying people. So you get 4 or 5 or 6 people. You can put a person that's injured on that. And I look at that on Amazon and went, you know, we can use that. So we we're piling all our excess gear up on top, up high, to make more room in the tent. So there's my bedroll on my cot. Teton double XL outfitter. It's like 40 by 80 also. And then Mike's over here with a smaller cot in a sleeping bag, and he's got his stuff under here. He's still out hunting right now. Okay, there's that propane heater. That thing puts out 35,000 BTUs. I set up a drying rack on top of it. And I'm going to pause here for a second because I'm going to go check those potatoes. Okay, potatoes are doing fine. Got them on low simmer. Okay, back to the tent. All right, so we left off with the propane heater with the drying rack in case it gets raining. That thing puts out some pretty good heat, so we try not to run it too much because it'll consume some propane gas. And this rack is new this year, and this is our food. Keeping up, trying to keep it up high in case them little mice get in here. Nothing on the lower area. So that's worked pretty good for keeping our stuff. I got my binocular harness. I'm still going to have to do a review on that. What else here? Oh, this is new. This is an RV mat. This white and brown thing. It's for a mat you would put out on for a patio underneath the awning of like a camping trailer or a motorhome. And we sold our motorhome, and I needed a new carpet for hunting camp. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to repurpose this. So we've got a tarp underneath it, covering the whole floor. That tarp was just about perfect size, and then so was this RV mat. So that gives us a little bit of insulation, nice and comfortable to walk on when you're wearing your socks. And there's there's my chair that I put my shoes on. Extra cooler just holds a soda pop, that kind of stuff. We really don't keep ice in it, just a placeholder. So I did take some parachute cord, and I made these little loop things for hanging my hangers. And when I'm at camp, I try to hang my stuff up that I'm wearing to let them air out, because it's not like I'm going to go wash something, make a special trip to go do laundry. Try to air things out as much as possible. So what else am I missing in here? Oh, we used ratchet straps to hold this litter thing. It's working pretty good for us. Kind of sags a little in the middle. You can bump your head on it. And we multi-purpose that red ratchet strap so it's holding up the tent wall, the gray tarp, and it's also holding up this litter thing. All right. Oh, almost forgot. And in honor of my brother, my buddy Jed, my buddy Jed engraved this flask to honor my brother. And unfortunately, Jed passed away here in the last year. Okay, sorry about that. The camera cut out. So I had to restart again. So my buddy Jed made this in memory of my brother Steven, who passed away in 2019. Represents a campfire. This side he took pictures that my wife had taken and posted on Facebook, and tried to lay them out as an engraving. You got a bull elk here with Mount Emily in the background, which we can see from our house. So that's serving dual purpose at hunting camp. Make sure we remember both my brother Steven and my brother from another mother, Jed, from Florida. So Jed would have loved to have come up and gone hunting with us for elk camp. But he lived in Florida, and it just wasn't in the cards to get him up here to the Pacific Northwest. So we think of him and my brother and remember them while we're here. Okay, so moving on. I don't think I got the clock. And what else have we got? The thermometer. We have an indoor-outdoor thermometer, which is the sending unit is right there. So it's sitting on my, well, I'm calling that my nightstand. I guess we better go back and show you that. This on part of the shelf on that piece of plywood there is what I'm using as my nightstand. I got the thermometer here. I got a CO2 monitor. For some reason, we get gas buildup in here, and my alarm clock. So make sure we get up at 5 a.m. Okay. Let's see here. I almost forgot what some people would call the most important part of camp. And I think when you see it, there won't be an explanation needed for what its purpose is. But there's an old axiom that the job is not over until the paperwork has been finished. Got this tarp set up specifically to try to keep the rain off your head when you're taking care of business at 2 a.m. in the morning. And one of the good things, it has a wonderful view of camp. That's what it looks like from afar. Got clothes hanging up now, trying to get them aired out, the natural air. Let's come over here, see if we can get a better shot to the side. Okay. There's our view of the skyline. This is how thick the timber is where we're camped at and where we hunt. And the game trail that comes into our campsite. All right, I hope you enjoyed that tour of camp and find it useful and get some ideas for your own camp or get you inspired to set up your own camp. Because after all, one of the core principles of this channel is education. There you have it. 2024 elk hunting camp, Northeast Oregon. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, you might think about subscribing. Give us a thumbs up or a like. And peace out. Sink here. And this is for John in LeGrand, my drywall guy. Yes, that is the kitchen sink. That literally came out of my kitchen. It was part of a double stainless steel sink that Jamie hated, so we upgraded and I saved it and repurposed it.